Hey there, ready for another week of Comp 2? There's something about a long weekend that makes for a short week. I can't believe I'm making a video again already. It seems like just yesterday that I was saying, hey, let's talk about week 2. Okay, hey, we're moving on to week 3 in the syllabus. I'm on page 5 that has the tentative course schedule, and I want to clarify a few things so that you can go into the week feeling confident about what you're doing. Thanks for listening to this video. I know that first of all, it's a little bit awkward for me to stare at my own computer recording myself talking, but I'm hoping that this type of thing helps you. And you can give me feedback on that if you're thinking, okay, she talks too fast, or I wish she would explain this, or the video's not really working for me. I can handle it. Tell me what's going on and how we can make this work, okay? Week 3, January 20th, February 3rd. As always, everything's due on Sunday at midnight, all right? We are working on our summary response essay, and last week you posted comments about online education, and then you also posted a thesis worksheet. That's great. I'm going to get those graded back to you. In fact, by the time you're listening to this video, you might already have seen grades for those. If not, I usually try to get them done in enough time that you can see them before the next assignment's due, so you can kind of see where your grade stands each week, okay? After moving on from that, those are all groundwork things. We're jumping into a pattern, and how these are going to work is that for each writing unit, I'm going to lay out the whole writing process. There's going to be a pre-writing activity, and really the thesis statement last week was part of that. There's going to be the pre-writing activity is generally going to be discussion board, because what I'm conceptualizing the discussion board as is that you're reading something and you're talking about it. Think about classroom discussions and how before you write a paper you talk all about the things that you're reading in class, and then you use those writings to create your paper. No outside research yet is allowed, okay? I don't want you to go and find the magic bullet article that you need to support your argument. Part of the way that I'm testing your reading is by seeing how you use the readings in your writing, okay? So think of in some ways the papers are like essay tests of sorts. Okay, so what are we doing? The first thing I'm going to show you in course content, there's going to be a lot of information about pre-writing and how to read it and what you're doing with the reading. And those readings are found, there is an Erin reading which talks about summary response, and the pages have now been updated. Okay, then there's the Bryson article, Lurie, Coffer, Grandin, Huxley, and Reichel. Those are the essays that you're going to be choosing from to create your summary response. You're only going to be using one of them. Don't skip through all of them and try to find the one right away. Read through all of them, discuss them, and then which one kind of rises to the top is the one that you're going to be using. And then you're going to post your ideas about each of those to the discussion board. I'd like you to try to move a little bit beyond summary as you summarize. Think of the articles as a they say. What is each author saying? And then what are you saying in response to that? If you want to get really in depth, what are the authors responding to? What is their they say? Who are they making an argument in response to? And how are they responding? So there's several different approaches you can take, but the big idea is to identify the author's main argument and make a response. And then in turn respond to others' responses. You might find people who disagree with you or agree with you, or even open your eyes to something you never thought about before. That's one of my favorite parts about teaching is as I read your papers, I often have aha moments. Like I never thought about that comparison or that perspective or that application for that article before until I read your paper. Okay, so I'm talking a lot about papers, not to confuse you, but just to have you understand from the outset here why we're reading these articles. Starting from this week, the articles we're reading are going to formulate into a paper for that unit. So these are this is a reading week. We're reading and discussing this week. You're turning in one assignment. It's a discussion board assignment. You're going to discuss it, then copy and paste both your initial arguments as well as your responses to one document, turn it into me in discussion board. That's all you're doing. But what you're really doing is you're laying the groundwork for your paper that will end up turning in next week, okay? And so just so you know, you're laying the groundwork right now with the readings. Next week you're going to be doing the writing, drafting, revising, editing. This week is pre-writing, all right? So that's what I have to say about that. You have a great week. Questions, keep them coming, and I'm here for you. Bye-bye.